You've seen them, the perfect sun-drenched photos and clever tours of cozy spaces. The tiny home dream promises financial freedom and a simpler life, escaping the cycle of rent and mortgages. But what if this dream is built on myths? What if the reality involves illegal builds, crushing debt, and isolation no one talks about? The fantasy you've been sold isn't the full story. Today, we're pulling back the curtain to expose the hard truths the tiny home movement doesn't want you to know. Before you sell everything and buy blueprints, you need to understand the dark side. We'll dismantle the biggest myths, from affordability to the nightmare of daily life in a box. This isn't about crushing dreams. It's about injecting reality before a mistake costs you everything. Myth number 1, the financial dream. Many are drawn by the promise of affordability, with tales of homes built for a few $1,000s using recycled materials. But for most today, that dream is a complete fantasy. The tiny house has become a luxury item. While DIY kits start low, adding plumbing, electrical, and insulation skyrockets the price. Professionally built tiny homes now range from $30,000 to $100,000, with luxury models exceeding $150,000. Comparing price per square foot, a tiny house can be significantly more expensive than a traditional home. The sticker price is just the beginning. Hidden costs, especially land, can bleed you dry. Land clearing, surveys, grading, and utility hookups for grid, water, and septic are massive, unmentioned expenses. Monthly lot rent in communities or RV parks can range from $250 to $1,500, essentially trading a mortgage for continuous rental payments. Financing is also difficult. Most banks won't touch tiny homes, forcing people into personal or RV loans with higher interest rates. Myth number 2, the legal loophole. The idea that a small or mobile home bypasses the law is the biggest, most dangerous myth. There's no single nationwide law. It's a chaotic patchwork of state, county, and city rules that change constantly. Most jurisdictions have strict zoning laws and building codes, with minimum requirements for room size and ceiling height that many tiny homes don't meet. Heartbreakingly, people pour savings into homes only to be forced to move or tear them down by code enforcement. The on wheels argument isn't a clever loophole. Tiny houses on wheels are often classified as RVs, but most states restrict full-time RV living to designated parks. You're often in a legal gray area, one neighbor's complaint away from losing your home. Myth number 3, the smart investment. A traditional home is an appreciating asset. A tiny house, especially on wheels, is often a depreciating vehicle. Think of it more like a car or an RV. The moment you take it off the lot, it often starts losing value. The market for selling a used tiny home is incredibly small. You can't just list it on the MLS like a normal house. You miss out on significant financial benefits like the mortgage interest tax deduction. Insurance is another nightmare. It's difficult and expensive to get proper coverage, leaving your investment vulnerable. Myth number 4, the Instagram lifestyle. Photos show a clean utopia, not the claustrophobia, arguments, and constant effort. One of the biggest cons is potential isolation. You can't host dinner parties or game nights. More than 2 people feels like an elevator. And the clutter. Everything must be perfectly in its place. One jacket or a few dishes make the space chaotic and overwhelming. Many tiny dwellers live with deep design regrets, like poorly placed bathrooms or steep, dangerous ladders instead of stairs. The strain of close quarters with no personal space can be devastating for relationships and mental health. The cozy hug of a tiny home can quickly start to feel like a straitjacket. This video isn't to say no one should live in a tiny home. For a select few, it can work, but it requires honesty, research, and sacrifice. It's a massive, life-altering decision sold as a simple, trendy lifestyle choice. Are you thinking about tiny living? Do you already live in one and have myths to bust? Share your stories in the comments below. The tiny home movement tapped into a real desire for less debt and more freedom, but the reality has been twisted into a commercialized fantasy. It's not as cheap, not as legal, and not as easy as you've been led to believe. Before you fall for the dream, face the facts. The most important thing you can build isn't a tiny house. It's a life that is sustainable, legal, and genuinely brings you peace, not just one that looks good on camera. Thanks for watching.